Oh, ladies and gentlemen, get amongst it. Welcome to the Ready Bang, the number one arm wrestling podcast in the world. I'm your host, the Aussie arm wrestler, and of course, joining me, and we've only got a short amount of time with this absolute legend. I have deemed him the soul snatcher. This man is on an absolute rampage, and he's collecting souls from all around the world, including my own Australian, Lachlan Adair. He loves rubbing heads. But I am talking about the king of side pressure. Fuck your hand. Fuck everyone's hand. It is my man, Todd Hutchings, Toddzilla. Todd, my man, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely love that you've been there. Mate, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, how busy are you? You have a super match every fortnight.
Pretty much every fortnight's 2 weeks, almost about every month, you know. But at 1 month I pulled 2 people, so when I started out, you know, the matches weren't coming so quickly, so it was fine, but it's starting to take its toll, man. This is there's a level of fatigue happening now, man. I think I signed on for too many matches. I'm glad it ends in October. I've been offered 2 more matches past October. Matches as prestigious as Brzenk and Michael Todd. I mean, top level, top money matches, but they were after, and I said, look, I cannot pull anymore. It wouldn't break my heart if the October match disappeared. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah.
I pulled a lot.
We're just going to try something. You're just a bit clicky on your end with your audio. There's something going with your audio. Everyone's telling me in the comments. It's a bit scratchy.
Let's see. Well, it's an iPhone, and I got shitty connection.
Nah, I think you've just fixed it. All you've just done is touched it and you've fixed it. Yeah, and like you have taken on so many matches. We've brought you on to talk about the Monster Michael Todd match. But all the souls you've been snatching is amazing. And is there a reason why, like, everyone wants to pull you now? Is it because you're in the best form of your life, or is it because you made yourself so available?
I think it's I think promoters like setting me up, because a promoter will call me and say, "Are you interested in a match?" And I'll say, "Yes." "Where is it?" And they'll tell me, and I go, "It's going to cost this much money." They go, "Okay, I'll get back to you with who your opponent is." You know, there's not a whole lot of endless negotiating, all right? I accept the match based on a price point, and then they go find the opponent willing to pull me. So it's very easy for the promoters in that regard.
Oh, and especially when you just made it public, your menu, your price list. I thought that was one of the boss moves ever.
I think it's going to be popular. I mean, I'm going to do it again next year. I'm just going to say I'll post a schedule and my prices, and yeah, come find me. It makes it so much easier for everybody.
Yeah, you don't have to have that awkward conversation. It's like, oh, so how much do you want, and things like that. It's like, all right, everyone, if you want the man here, if you want your soul snatched, this is what you got to pay for it. This is
right. And I don't negotiate rules or tables or weight classes. I just say this is it. You know, you go find a match that fits your event. You know.
Yeah. Has the wanting to maybe scale down on all the matches, has that got a lot to do with going to Turkey every month?
Turkey every month is, well, you know, Engen's putting together some top levels, and I'll be honest, after I lost the first match, I wasn't expecting an invite back. But you know, I'm in that sweet spot of weight categories where Engen can match me with, you know, various weight type people, and I'm easy because Engen sets his Turkey matches up months in advance. You know, so I mean, like 2 or 3 months in advance, Engen starts working on it. I'm easy that way. I go, yeah, I'll do this for this much money, and I think Engen appreciates it. You know?
Yeah. I'm sure he would. Actually, touching on East versus West, have you called up Prudnick and gone, hey, bud, the head rubbing thing's my gimmick. Get your own?
I have not, but I think I got a feeling the audience will make that known. You just don't go stealing somebody's pet move,
Yeah.
What's that? Come up with your own move.
That's what I mean. I'll be devastated if arm wrestlers start turning to the camera and going, ready, bang. And then everyone's like, oh, Matt Mars says ready, bang. And I'll be like, what do you mean? No, that's my thing.
Yeah, pretty soon, Toddzilla is going to go out there and start doing this.
Brzenk! That is going in every one of my videos from now on. Toddzilla. That is the best. Guys, we'll get to some of your questions of that in the chat. I've only got a small window with Todd, so I just kind of want to get everyone some information in that. So I know my chat's very interactive, but I do apologise. I do apologise if you don't get in there. But everyone's getting excited. Like the GOAT, Mario P, says Hutchings will flash Monster 6-0, ironically, because it's a first to 3. So... So that's what kind of form you're in, Todd. You can win 6-0 at a best of 5.
I pin him once, and they give me credit for 2 just for style points.
Isaac has jumped in, says you're going to smash the monster. You're getting love from Japan. Says, hell yes. The one reason I want to come back to Ohio is Todd Hutchings. JJ has jumped in. I could easily see Todd flash pin Monster Michael Todd or something close like that. Mimimski comes in, says, Aussie, you're the man. Ready, bang. Let's go, Zilla. Can't wait to see this match. Hashtag Prudzilla. And the internet, Todd, Prudzilla is going to take off.
All right.
That's the best. And everyone's just jumping in there. King Hoddle says Todd is bossing it. And everyone is getting in there, which is good. We'll get to some of your stuff in the moment. So, Michael Todd rings you and says, let's have a match, big fella. Let's have a match. What were your first initial thoughts?
Michael Todd and Rebecca called me. I might have the timeline wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was before I went to Turkey several months ago. And they said... They were both on the phone. They go, how much would you want to pull me? I go, $3,000. He goes, deal. I go, okay, tell me when. And that was it. Because he was right. I wanted the match with him. I didn't make any bones about it. I wanted the match with him. He got a discount because it's usually, I got to drive. I usually get travel and stuff. But I agreed to do it for $3,000 on the spot because, there's Jerry, Michael, Dave, Devin. So there's 4 people that sit at that elite level, Yeah. And I practice with Dave. I know I'm at with that. I won't get a piece of Devin for a long time. He's way up there. So my chances of getting in that group are a rematch with Jerry or Michael, who I've never pulled before. So, yeah, that was I was excited about. I don't know why he offered it. It doesn't do him any good. Him beating me doesn't increase his stature or anything, but I'm very thankful he offered it to me. I'm very happy to go down to Arkansas and, like you said, let's bang.
I might get you to just touch your phone a bit. It's gone crackly again, the audio.
Okay, how's that?
Try again. Just say
how's
something.
That?
I think that's a little bit better. Everyone in the chat will let me know. Juju Mugu with a super chat. He says, Todd is the coolest guy ever. Mechanical engineers rule. We want to see you take on Devin again.
I would like a chance to pull Devin again, but that's a tall mountain to climb right there, man. Devin was in phenomenal shape.
What do you think when it comes to that elite that you're talking about? So say you get the big win on the weekend against Monster Michael Todd. Do you feel like you're there now? Because you're in the best form of your life.
I'm doing quite well. Like I said, I will keep doing it. I'm on a professional arm wrestling business model. So the legacies and that kind of stuff, the rankings, I don't track. But if I win this match, I am definitely giggling my butt off all the way back home from Arkansas. I'm going to be so happy.
Well, how much are you weighing in these days?
It's before the weekend comes around, I'll get up to about 230. Then the weekend comes, I do a lot of work around the house. It's hot down here, and I lose a lot of weight during the weekend. I don't always eat, every meal and stuff. So Monday mornings, I'm a little light. Monday mornings, I'm in the 220, 225 range. And Friday mornings, I'm in the 225, 230 range. I'm about where I've been for years. I'm heavier than I was, when I was pulling the middle weights, but I'm not so far out of whack that I haven't. I mean, I could always hit 198 again if I needed to in a few months.
Jeez. And I think that's the one thing people need to take into consideration if anyone's, having some fun little bets with their mates. Michael Todd, I was speaking to Michael Todd last week, and he's dropped down to 255. So there's not much of a weight difference between you two. When this match was first announced, I was like, there's a big weight difference, but now it's only 20 pounds.
Yeah. I pulled Michael Todd left-handed once in South Carolina. We were both 198.
It's going to be amazing. Just letting nothing no one. He says, when is the match? 5 p.m. Central Time, Saturday, July 9th. You've got this man in the co-main event versus the monster Michael Todd. It's going to be amazing. Our man Blase says he's got his money on Toddzilla, which is smart. You can get in there. Dan John says you've just got that old man strength, that famous old man strength that we come into. Hey, without giving too much away, how are you going to win?
Oh, I'll probably pull the way I normally do. I'm just going to protect my hand. I expect the matches will be long. It takes a pretty big guy to flash Michael, and I'm not a pretty big guy. I assume, Michael's matches look fairly consistent, and mine look fairly consistent. I think it's good. I think everybody will pretty much, they're going to expect to see 15, 20-second matches or whatever they are. Now if Michael jumps in and, uses this height, if there's a fast pin, it's probably Michael pinning me. It's probably not me flashing him. I haven't flash pinned anybody in a long, long time. So, I'm not one of the faster guys anymore.
No, I do enjoy just seeing you just hold in the center of the table and then just engage. What everyone loves to see is just that magnificent side pressure, and we can go from there. Mate, I think this match is going to be an absolute banger. It's going to be exciting. Now, the credibility and everything of I think this live event's going to be cool. So, is it a gimmick thing? Every time I see you pull and I see you dominate, you disappear. You're like Dynamo. You're like a magician. It's one of my favorite things in the world. You did it with Jordan, not the East versus West 2. You just took your bag and left. Do you just come on your lunch break and pull these guys? Or
Hey, when Elvis finishes the encore, Elvis leaves the building. Okay? So, Elvis ain't hanging around drinking, warm beer and popcorn with the roadies, man. Elvis leaves the building.
Oh my God, Todzilla's comparing himself to Elvis. Oh, just when we thought we couldn't love you anymore, you come out.
Actually, I think you were comparing me to Elvis. I'm just articulating it.
I was just loving where you pack your bag. I always feel the Toddzilla bus is just waiting out the back, and you're like, cool, I'll pin ya, pay me, beauty, I'll see you later. White Wolf has quickly jumped in with a super chat, and he says, I learned the hard way that you don't F with engineers, especially while at sea. They'll mess you up way worse than you can mess them up. Go, Todd. And it's all coming in now. It's hashtag Alvasilla. Everyone's up and about. Everyone's up and about for that one. It's going to be good. And then hopefully, thank you very much, White Wolf, for your super chat. And thank you, everyone in there. I just want to chat with Todd for a bit. Mr. Percolay with a super chat. Thank you very much. Comes in with a $50 super chat. He says, hey, Jake, Todd, and all. Hope you are all well. Looking forward to the factory matches. No, thank you very much, Mr. Percolay 80, you dead set legend. Really, really appreciate it. That can get myself and Todd a couple of beers. I really appreciate it. My man, I'll leave that one up there. So just quickly going, because there's a couple of other matches I want to talk about before you have to skive off. You've got the East versus West title match coming up. Are you a big fan of title matches becoming the champ of East versus West, or are you just happy taking on the next best guy and showing him what Toddzilla is all about?
I was not. I mean, when the WAL had title matches and contracts, I dedicated to it. That's all I would pull, because you had to chase that title match. Then once you got it, I mean, that was how you made money. When Engen first announced he was going to start having title matches, I mean, I love Engen, but no, I was not really a fan of them. I kind of liked the way Engen and Neil Pickup used to put matches together, where they would just pick interesting ones. They would cross weight classes, that kind of stuff. But when you start setting up title matches and weight classes, there now needs to be some sort of logical progression so everybody can follow it. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to have like a ranking system, and you got to figure out where the contenders are. And that's just really hard to do with arm wrestling, because it's not often enough and it doesn't pay enough to keep people training all the time. But, at this point in my career, I don't really have much of a dog in that fight. If I win that title match, that's great. It's gravy for me. If I lose it, I just pull North America, for the next year or so. But no, I think arm wrestling's kind of a unique little niche sport where you can do it in bars and you can do it offside. To try to treat arm wrestling like it's boxing or soccer or chess or something, that model just doesn't seem to work. And I don't really think the fans want it to be that. If the fans want to watch sports like that, they have a myriad of other choices. Arm wrestling could carve itself out as being like a true underground, mano a mano. Let's just see how it flies. Let's put Oleg against a super heavyweight. Okay, he could do it, but if you're gonna just lock him into one weight class, I think that mundane, consistent, formulaic approach, well, I think that's why these big leagues last 3 or 4 years, then disappear. You know? They don't, I mean, except for Igor. Now, Igor is able to put a league together that lasted a very long time. But even towards the end, he was trying different things. He was trying top 8 and traveling and stuff like that. So, and I don't have it figured out, and I don't know, and I'm not a promoter. All I know is I think arm wrestling's different, and I think benchmarking other sports is I just think it's been tried. I think it's been tried every single time, and we keep doing the same stuff over and over and over again, and it just doesn't turn out differently. You know what I mean? It lasts 3 or 4 years, then it disappears.
Yeah, for me, I think we're looking in the wrong spot. Like I'm old fashioned. I like me wrestling. I like me boxing. So introducing title matches, if the league is sustainable, like East versus West, then I'm down for that. I think I don't mind that. For me, I think we need to look at we got to get rid of the dead space. So the constant setting up, the walking off for a minute after you slip, the lead up, but if you're not happy where you are, you pull out and you bugger off. Like sometimes matches can take 15 minutes before it's even started, and then you've kind of just lost that little bit of edge. Yeah, it could be an absolute banger, but you're like, yeah, we're not sure.
They do,
so I think,
and the refs have a lot of power in how the match turns out. But it kind of ends up that way when you make it a rigid, best of 5 and everything's important. But if you introduce style points or something like that, where you could play, arm wrestling do over again, or have the fans weigh in on whether the match should have gone again or something like that. I mean, arm wrestling is a sport where you could bring the audience right up to the table. Now, people don't. They always set the table up and keep the fans away. I always thought it'd be great if the fans were right on the table, where they're yelling and screaming right next to it, make it like it came from, whether it was in the bars or whether it was like the Spartans arm wrestling around something with their friends. I mean, it could be something where the competitors and the audience get to mingle and make it, up close and personal, and maybe you got to make them pull, multiple times. But the WAL, the original WAL grip sped things up, right? You came up, the ref set you up, thumbs, fingers go, straps if it don't work out. I mean, that was moving, Time between matches, you could negotiate that. But then again, you could also put 2 tables on the stage, right? You could put Gabby and Sarah on one table, and you could put Marcio and Matt Mask on the other, and just swap round to round, so that while the one table sitting down for their minute break, you're pulling the other table. That would keep it moving,
Oh, hang on. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I wonder if we can, if we control that, because you're right with the crowd. Like when I watched the old school, when you guys were pulling in WAL, like they were basically spitting on you in the crowd. Like when you went to your corner, if I'm in the right spot, I could slap you on the back and go, "Yeah, go Todd."
You could definitely. You could even bring the crowd in closer than what the WAL did. A lot of that was for camera access and everything else, but maybe we rethink how we film these sports. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't even rope the audience off. I'd let them stand right up, like concerts used to be in the 60s where you were right on the stage. You could let the people get right up there, and and like you could have just alternate tables, man. You could have 3 tables running so that there's somebody always arm wrestling,
Yeah. And to be fair, like arm wrestlers are in pretty good shape, so I can't see too many people in the crowd like stuffing the match up or fucking around with the arm wrestlers, because they just get the shit kicked out of them. So I think we can have them close.
A little bit of that wouldn't be a problem either, I mean, to be honest, I would watch a lot more car racing if the audience could drive their cars onto the track every once in a while.
Oh, they're just going around at 150 mile an hour, and then you just see this broken down car just put their indicator on.
How fun would bull riding be if the audience was in the arena? So the bulls were jumping around, knocking people out of the way.
Yeah, just like the bull rider and the clown. They just have all the clowns in there, we
should have like bull riding in Barcelona when they run them down the street. Just have people on those bulls. Now that would be something worth watching.
Oh, wow. Don't worry about lawsuits. That would be highly entertaining. I think that's why a lot of people watch the running of the bulls, because they're just in the street with them and kick the crap out of them all. See?
Well, then we'll have to do it in some place like Fallujah or Afghanistan, some place where there ain't no lawyers and there ain't no rules.
Just get him a TV crew. Now, the big match everyone, I believe, wants to see, certainly the Aussie arm wrestler, is Toddzilla and Brzenk. Now, I'm sure you've heard that 147 million times in the last couple of months. Now you don't have to give too much away, but has an offer been put out to the table? Has a promoter come out and said, we need and want this match?
I know of at least 3 promoters have contacted me. Probably that many have contacted John. Me and John have talked about it, and
Yep.
me and John got a deal. I just said we both we tentatively have a price and a value. We both pretty much agree what we think that match is worth and what it's worth to each of us. All right.
Yep.
And this is how cool it is dealing with professionals. I just said, John, you just negotiate it. Anytime a promoter contacts me, I go, I'm into it. John's into it. You contact John and work out the details. And whatever John agrees to, I'm down with. And I just send him John's way. And I know, they're working on it, but, matches of this caliber might take time. A lot of time people say, I tried, I can't, and they come back and they do it. Who knows? That match might be announced tomorrow. But there's enough people who have contacted, and it's all the usual promoters. It's the ones you would think. The price and the format and stuff really isn't that hard to grasp. It's not like crazy outside the realm of possibility. It's a reasonable offer, and yeah, you want to put it together. If the Aussie arm wrestler wants to put together, contact John. I'll agree to anything John says. Okay.
Oh wow! I could imagine my wife just looking in her savings, and she's like, honey, where did $50,000 go from our bank account?" And I'm like, "You wouldn't believe it. We've got Todd and John."
Much. I guarantee you, it will not cost you that much, but you might make that much.
Well, I gotta get you guys over here, guys. Todd's got like 2 or 3 minutes left, so get a couple of questions in the chat. We'll quickly ask Toddzilla before he has to run out of here, because we do appreciate his time, and I'm not going to take advantage of that. So if everyone can get it in there. Zulia says John versus Hutchings will be one of the biggest matchups of the year whenever it comes. The form that Todd's in, it'll be one of the biggest matchups of the last 5 years, I reckon. It's going to be unreal. Dan the Nightmare reckons Toddzilla wins for sure. What else have we got? Todd, any intentions of a Corey rematch in a year or so?
Nobody's approached me about a Corey rematch. I'm going to tell you, Corey and Lachlan are probably, of all my opponents, Corey and Lachlan were unusual in the first. People hate losing to me. Before my match, people give me lots of love and respect, and oh, Todd, he's done this and done that, and I love him and I respect him. But if they lose, I am still on stage and they're demanding a rematch because they figured something out, I mean, it's so common for people hate losing to me. But Corey and Lachlan were not like that. We've texted and gone back and forth about a couple of different things, and we've talked stories and stuff. Corey's never asked for a rematch. Lachlan's never asked for a rematch, but I don't, a rematch to me is just another match. Price list is the same, that kind of stuff. Now, some of the people I have pulled and beat have asked for a rematch. One person asked for a rematch. I don't even think I was home from the event and they asked for a rematch. I go, yes, here's my deal. I want this much money and you settle up the rest. I agreed to it. And I think this was less than 24 hours from the match. I agreed to it. And then the person who asked for the rematch backed out like a day later. Like he asked for the match, got it, and within 48 hours backed out.
Oh.
And now he's out pulling other people, Now he ain't pulling Toddzilla level people, but he is out pulling other people. So.
No, he's out there having a chance at things. He's not a sure thing about it, but you never know who it could be.
Yeah. But no, I don't have any rules about who I pull. I got a price list and I got a calendar. You make it work, and that's it. And my price list is not exorbitant. I mean, it ain't like a Devin Lorette or a Michael Todd or a John Brzenk price list. I mean, it's a Todd Hutchings price list.
Yeah. Just a couple of more things, mate, and then I'll definitely let you go. Have you got any views on Denis Cyplenkov's comeback?
Dennis was the Devin was the Levon at the time, man. He was a bad dude. People like that. First, you can't quit arm wrestling. Too many people quit and come back. And Dennis knows what it's like to be there. And Dennis knows what the current level's like. If Dennis makes a comeback, he would be formidable. He would be formidable pretty fast too.
Yeah, I'd love to see him come back. As long as he looks after his health first. Karam Loons with a quick super chat. He says, Toddzilla, we love you, champ. Porus with a quick super chat says, didn't mention John when naming the elite North American guys. Todd was talking about the super heavyweights there, Porus. He was talking about the super heavyweights. Of course he thinks John's elite.
Oh, yeah. John's in a class by himself. John defies weight classes.
Yeah. It's it's awesome. Guys, Todd's got to jump out of the call any minute. I will stay on and continue to have a chat. But Todd is calling this Saturday, July 9th, 5 p.m. Central Time. He will be the co-main event. He's going to take on the Monster Michael Todd. Make sure you go over to the Monster Michael Todd YouTube channel and watch the Soul Snatcher in form. The man is probably the best arm wrestler pound for pound on the planet. No one is touching this guy, and let's see if his win streaks continues. Todd, thank you so much for jumping on late notice.
Thank you very much, man. I'm happy to do it anytime.
You are a superstar. Very, very grateful, and I will speak to you soon, my man.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Toddzilla, ladies and gentlemen. What a genuine superstar of the sport. The guy is unreal. He's just phenomenal. I mean, there it is. You've heard it from there. We just we'll do a recap of that. But everything you need to know about it. Toddzilla is feeling good. There's no bullshit about him. There is no bullshit about the way he goes about it. He just pulls. When he jumped on, he just said to me that he only had half an hour. So I really do apologize. And because he only had, I'm very interactive with you guys in the chat, and I do apologize, but I only had half an hour with Toddzilla. So I wanted to get Monster Michael Todd pay-per-view chatting out the way, his match with Prudnick, and talk about John Brzenk, and we only had a little bit amount of time. So let's get to you guys. Alvasilla has left the building. You're a legend, Jake. Thanks, Billy, which is good. What else have we got? Monster Michael Todd has never been the same since he had pneumonia and COVID a while back. Nismo says, love that guy. How can you not love Toddzilla? How can you not love him? Adios to the legend, Toddzilla. Thanks for the interview. Thanks for sticking around, Bacon. Hope you just stick around and have a chat. I'm going to go for another half an hour, and then Beers with Bad Company starts in an hour's time. So hopefully everyone after this just skives off over there and has a little fun. So, David, if you're still around, Todd said he's coming in at about 230 pounds. Now, what I find interesting about that, coming in at 230, so what's that, 105 kilos, is speaking to Monster Michael Todd last week, Monster Michael Todd's coming in at 255-ish. He's coming in lean and coming in strong. So let's get a poll going about that match. Everyone is super pumped for that one. So if I end that, I want to get a poll. So stick around, everyone. Get those likes happening. Who wins? I do love my polls. Monster Michael Todd or Toddzilla. So yeah, 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Central Time on Saturday. I'll be doing a live commentary with Uncle John. There'll be pre-shows and pre-shows and pre-shows coming in. Keith Thomas has just said, Hi, Jake. Just popping in to say hello and thanks for the interview. Thanks, Keith. Really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Okay, let me double check that. Bad coming scheduled to go. Were they going an hour earlier? Okay, let me have a check because if they. Okay, they were going live, so I think they're waiting for me to wrap up. So that's what we can do. Yeah, short and sharp. Show starts now. Sorry, Beer Man. All right, everyone, go over to the Beer Man's channel. I'll wrap up in a couple of minutes. Just want to give everyone your must-knows. Well, we can do that another day. Thursday. Beers with Bad Company over on Evan Burgoyne's channel. So go and check that out, you dead set legends. I'll wrap up in 2 or 3 minutes and they'll get started. So, Evan, you start your show. I'll only be 2 or 3 minutes, mate. You start your show. Just want to get a couple of things out the way, as in we've got, thanks for Toddzilla for jumping on. Just so you know, like Corey West is going to come in about 195 pounds heavier than John Brzenk. I think there's 9 matches on the card. 9 matches on the card. It's going to be unbelievable. An angry monster Michael Todd would be unstoppable. Nicolai says, you're the best. Todd was on for the first half an hour, mate, so you'll have to rewind it and see it to watch the first half an hour with Toddzilla. Toddzilla fixing to show Monster Todd some crazy side pressure. Port St. Lucie, Florida here to say ready bang. What time is the event starting? 5 p.m. Central. My man Maxi, 5 p.m. Central. See, Evan, you throw me off because you guys usually start an hour later. So if you're just joining me, thank you very much. Says that. Andy says, see you, my man. Yes, he's on a losing streak, but don't forget what Monster is giving to the sport. Oh, I rate him. And I'm saying that he's not on a losing streak because I think he won the last match against Rivas. They should have called that press. So if they call that, he's on a winning streak. The Monster Michael Todd. He's done a lot for the sport. Just quickly, guys, just want to give a shout out to my Patreon and YouTube bangers. For as little as 50 cents a week, you can support the Aussie arm wrestler and you get up to date of who's coming on the show if they're not last minute, like Toddzilla did today. It was last minute. I was coming on to talk about something else, and then he messaged me with like 15 minutes ago and says, let's do a show. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But very grateful for everyone that is supporting. So as much as I'm very, very... Okay, the Beer Man has gone live. Which is good. So I'll just wrap up. Thanks for such an awesome interview. Thanks, Aussie, you legend. Really, really appreciate it, mate. Really appreciate it. Appreciate what you guys are doing. If you can, I'll release the video about Dennis Cyplenkov. So if we can watch that and go nuts, which is really good. Peter McKenzie just jumps in and says, Peter McKenzie is a pram. He says, on your Todd. Yeah, I'll do some little clips and re-release those clips from the Todd interview. Really, really appreciate it. Dominic just jumps in and says, have a good day, Jake. Well, you guys have a good day as well. Thanks for speaking the truth about the Monster Rivas match, Jake. Yeah, I think Todd wins. So that's why, like, you can sit there and go, oh, Monster Todd's on a losing streak. But is he really? Is he? I'm going to do some prediction videos about the matches. They're going to be rock solid. What else have we got? Alex McDonald saying, good night, Jake. Make sure you head over to the Beer Man's channel. I must say, thank you. Lagia says, I must say you're doing a fantastic job promoting and hyping events. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate it. I just love the sport. I want to do it. I just wish 1 billion people would watch my videos when I spend hours making them. But I love that you guys come in droves to watch the live streams. It's going to be awesome. I think Monster Michael Todd might get clapped. Absolutely. Keep up the great work, Jake. Thank you. Hop on with Beer Crab, says Captain Obvious. Jump on with the Beer Man. I'm going to send you guys all over there. I am going to take my wife out. I'm going to take my wife out. So we've got some things to do, and I want to make some predictions videos. So everyone jump over to Evan's Live. If you're just joining me and wondering where Toddzilla is, the first half an hour of this live stream was an interview with Toddzilla. Great to hear from Toddzilla. Cheers, Sir Aussie. Ready bang. Ready bang to you, Captain Obvious. Hopefully a live show on Friday. I want you to sing a song for me. We'll see how we go. We will see how we go with that. Steve M says, thanks for your content, man. No, thank you, Steve M, for your support, mate. Thank you very much for your support. Shane Carey says, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. What's up, buddy? Shane, if you've just joined, I just had Toddzilla on the show for the first half an hour. I thought the Beer Man was starting later. Yeah, I thought this was going a bit later. Thanks for putting this live event on with Todd. Have a great evening. Same to you, Jace. Dragonos. It's a cool last name. That is a cool last name. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. If you can like, share, and subscribe, everything that is the Aussie Arm Wrestling. If you can quickly go and watch some of my old videos, that would be really nice. Really nice. Just bump those views up a bit. But also plenty coming up on the Aussie Arm Wrestler show. Head over to Beer Man with Burgoyne and tell him that the Aussie Arm Wrestler sent you, and hopefully it's a good show over there. Shane Carey says, your celeb status. Have a night, Jakey, my boy. Thanks, Shane. You have a good night as well. I'll wrap it up there. Great job. Later. Everyone's good. Brad Butler, my man. He's a star, Brad. I love Brad. Aussie Tanks, good job tonight, brother. No, thanks for everyone jumping in and watching my interview with Todd. I've been the Aussie Arm Wrestler. You guys are all dead set legends. Head over to Beer Man's channel, and as always, ready, bang!